Hey, I'm Chris, and I am okay at FMC. This is a little series where I detail some of my more interesting official FMC solutions. I don't know any advanced FMC methods, so I just use CFOP and then some really weird improvisation on top of that. And sometimes I create some solutions which are a little interesting. For example, this one, which is a 40-move solution using CFOP into half turns. So that is like, R2 or F2, for example. So just solving the cube into a state where I can solve it easily just using these turns. So in the description, you will find the Scramble, as well as a link to alg.cubing.net, which has a list of all the moves and an explanation for each as they occur. Okay, there we go. So I begin with a Y and an X2. So you will see here on the back, I've got this white-blue-red pair next to this white-green edge. Now this pair, if I were to just put it in like this, for example, with this cross piece, it would be opposite where it belongs. So that would be a little odd, but I thought it would be kind of a good idea to like protect it from the top layer if I were to solve it into this opposite spot. So first I get the other edge that belongs over here, and that is the white-orange edge, and I just do an R2 and a D prime to put it in, and then an L2 to put in both the green-white cross edge and this pair in its opposite spot. Now, that got me thinking, I wonder if there is a state of the cube which is close to being solved, just a few moves away from being solved, where this pair is opposite from where it belongs. And so I got another cube and I started playing around, and I found out that all I need to do is orange 2, blue 2, orange 2, blue 2, to put the cube in a state which is only, as you saw, 4 moves away from being solved, where this white-blue-red pair is in its opposite spot, just like here. So, as long as I perform, that would be now blue 2, orange 2, blue 2, orange 2 at the end of this solution, I will have solved the cube, and that is assuming I solve it into this state here. So I have this 2x2x2 block, and now I want to solve the other cross pieces. So I could solve this red one immediately, but if I do a U before the B prime, then I'm just one move away from solving this white-blue edge as well. But then you'll see in the top, I have this white-red-green corner here and this red-green edge here, which is a very nice F2L case like that. And so I do a U prime to protect that setup, and then an R to finally put in the last edge, and that gives us the white cross, which is normal on this quasi-solved state. And so then I do a U, B prime, U, B, sorry, that's not right. I do a, U, B prime, U prime, B, there we go, to solve that pair, which is actually normal on this, on the reference cube. There it is, right there. So there we go. And then I see this corner piece here, this yellow, green, orange corner piece is actually in the spot where it belongs in the reference cube. And so all I need to do is just put the edge in and that'll solve this pair. And its edge, which is orange and green, happens to be over here. So if I just hide that corner out of the way with a dummy corner, then I can do, with a D prime, then I can do F prime, U2, F to put the edge in, and then a D to bring the corner back, just like that. So that's this pair. And now the final pair is going to be yellow, blue, orange, which happens to just be free right there. So to put it in, I just, let me make sure I'm being consistent with my notes here. To put it in, I just do a, I do a Y in this solution, and then a U prime, R, U2, R prime to put it in just like that. And so then this last layer case, what I want to do is orient the yellow edges and then have both white corners and yellow corners facing up. So in this case, that's just going to be F inverse sexy F prime for OLL. And then for PLL, so if I do a U2, which I don't do in the solution, you'll see that this edge is solved, which is this one right here. And then we see that blue needs to come here, red needs to go here, and green needs to go here. So if I do a U2 back to where I was, this is actually a UB perm. So this one here, this one here, this one here. So I end up using this algorithm for the UB perm, which is also known as like the weird U perm or the slice U perm. And that is just L2, U prime, F prime, B, L2, F, B prime, U prime, L2. And there we go, the pieces are all in the right spot. And then for AUF, it's just a U2, just like that. And then once again, we have to perform the final 4 half turns. Now that we've solved the cube into this state, those final half turns will be I call them, once again, blue 2, orange 2, blue 2, orange 2. But in the solution, you know, I call them F2, L2, F2, L2. And that solves the cube in 40 moves, and there you go.